Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Mike here again from FilterGrade, and today I'm going to be showing you how I color grade my DJI Mini 4 Pro footage. Here's a couple clips I got up in the White Mountains of New Hampshire last week when I was visiting a buddy, and I just want to put a quick video out that's literally just the flights. Like I got one flight at sunset and then one the next morning, and I just like to put them out so people can see where I'm flying and what I'm up to. But before I do that, I got to grade the footage. So I wanted to show you the very quick process that I'll use to grade the footage, which essentially comes down to just the Lumetri color panel and just the basic corrections, creative, and curves. I don't mess with the color wheels too much. I'll show you one little trick there, but otherwise it's just this. And so to start, I'm just gonna do clip at a time. Sometimes I'll do an adjustment layer. I tried that before and it just didn't fit very well. So I'm gonna try a clip at a time, see how it looks, and then we'll go from there. But anyways, this is the first clip, and usually what I'll do to start is boost up the saturation quite a bit so that you can see some of those details. So I'm gonna play with the color and the light adjustments to start. I'm just changing the shadows and the whites and the darks right now just so we have a little bit of balance. As you can see, it gets really dark on this clip. I've been having problems with it, playing around with it. So I think what I'm gonna do is potentially, I don't know, I'm gonna bring up the shadows a little more, even though they might look a little weird at certain parts of the video, like this, where it's like bright, just because it needs that like balance on these. It's just so dark that it's definitely a little concerning. After the adjustments there, I'm gonna bring up the saturation here. Let me see how this looks with shadows just all the way out. Yeah, I think it was the camera, to be completely honest with you. Like sometimes with the Mini 4 Pro, when you're filming light like this, like intense light orbs, the sun, it has a really hard time with the auto exposure. I just shoot an auto on that camera because I'm flying and I don't want to be playing with it. But like you get these crazy looks where it's like super exposed right here, and then it's absolutely dark as hell right here, and so it's really hard to grade. So this is a unique scenario. I'm gonna reset this whole clip. Let's see. I'm just gonna make sure everything is cleared. I don't know what's going on, but all right, I'm gonna just do adjustment layers instead for this one, just because it's a unique video, and then let's see how it goes. We're gonna do it as far as until the light gets weird, and then I gotta play around with this to see like which sections are dark versus light. All right, I'm gonna make a base grade right now to get started, and then we'll go from there. For the base, I'm not gonna play with any of the lighting or colors. I'm just gonna adjust the saturation and contrast and things like that to bring out some of those details. I'm doing a lot less with the blacks and the whites here, just because like that'll be probably a more case-by-case basis of each clip. All right, I feel like saturation-wise, we're pretty good now. It's definitely a little wonky at clips. It is a unique environment to be filming in. You can see the difference of like the night before versus the next morning. It gets a little crazier. I think it's pretty clear that'll be a good split for some different grading. So since it's smaller, let's start there. I'm just gonna tweak this a little bit to be custom for these clips. I like when my clips are a little brighter. I also think this is a little too green right now, so I'm gonna mess around with the white balance and see what we can get. I'll sometimes, like, to figure it out, I'll just click around with the picker, because that'll help you see what's natural and what's not. Obviously right now it's getting some crazy results, so I'm gonna bring it back to 0. Maybe start a little slower. The thing I want to do here is like remove some of this intense green, and it seems like with this it's not helping a ton. So what I'm going to do instead is check the curves. I'm going to make my base curve first, because I always do that. It's like a standard S curve, and it's super subtle. I don't want to go too far, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just see what it does by pulling some of this green out. Obviously you can go too far with it pretty quickly, but just pulling a little bit out, you know, can actually bring, you see like the red coming out on the hills. And so it's obviously a pretty intense look. And so I'm gonna wanna click around to see. I don't think I want it this intense, but now that I'm clicking through, you can see like it just looks more naturally like shot and not like over green. And so here it's even a little bright still, but I think we're generally pretty natural there. I'm gonna cut a little more at the end of this just to save it some time, and then boom. All right, so we're done on that front of these last two clips for the most part. It's not like perfect grading. The conditions are a little unique for the lighting, but it's generally where I want it to be. Let's see. And then, like I said, I like to kind of click through and make sure there's no spots where it's like glaringly different or needs to be changed. Personally, I think we're good on this was day 2 of what I shot. And so it's like a 7-minute sequence, but that's looking good. All right, so now let's go back to the first. The first one was the one I had the most trouble with. So I'm gonna click and edit around there. Let's play with this one and see. It's weird, like again, it was something to do with this light orb and how it affects it, but let's play around and see what we can get. So on the curves front, we didn't make our standard one here yet. Let's make it pretty wild and see how it looks. So you can see if I pull this lower curve down, it brings a lot of the like white extra light here disappears, but then it just gets crazy contrasty. So I don't want to go too far. I'll be a little more dramatic than I did on the rest, but nothing crazy there. And so now, generally speaking, this looks good, but as you can see, like up until here, it's so dark. So I'm gonna split it. I'm gonna get a little more small. As soon as it kind of brights up, like right there, I'm gonna split it. And then for this previous one, I'm just gonna adjust the shadows and other things so that we don't have that kind of like big difference of look. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to change the blacks. It just makes it look kind of tinted or faded, but just a little exposure boost, nothing crazy. I don't want it to be a jarring difference from the next clip, but I just wanted it to flow a little better into that. And again, this is the auto exposure on the camera. Like, it's something that I'm learning about and I'm trying to adjust with flying the drone. I think eventually I'd obviously love to do more manual exposure, but for now, this is decent. It kind of transitions from here, which is still a little bright. I'm gonna bring the highlights down. And then it kind of just flows. We've done the creative and the curves adjustments. I think it's still a little blue for these clips, these first two. So I'm gonna play with the white balance on these a little bit and just see. I think I'm gonna bring the orange up to like 10, maybe 12. Which it's not a ton. I don't know if you can really tell the difference, but it's just enough to like turn some of that blue down. Out of curiosity, I'm gonna see how it looks with reducing the blues on the curves too, just so you can see. So yeah, it gets a little too green. If I have 0 reduction, this is what we're at. I'm gonna pull it down just a hair. And then I feel like that looks a little more, yeah, like forest green. So we didn't make the adjustment on this clip with the blue. I'm gonna just copy and paste. I'm gonna copy and paste the whole thing and then just adjust the light back because the blue looks better. Yeah, we definitely gotta brighten this. This was about a 0.6. And the shadow, the blacks were 10. Not the blacks. I think it was the shadows went up. All right, I'm just gonna play it through to see. Yeah, it's just the auto exposure. There's not too much we can do there, but all right. I think this clip looks pretty solid now, grading wise. Again, not my favorite footage to grade. It's really tricky with all the light changes at this sunset, but I still think it looks really cool, and it's obviously a lot more vibrant than starting out. I think the last section to grade is these middle clips. We got about 3 of them. So I'm gonna copy and paste from this one. I don't think we're gonna change too much of it, but I'll make some last minute adjustments if I need to. Clicking around, I feel like it's in a pretty decent place lighting wise. The greens are a little crazy here too. Let me see if those were already removed. I don't think they were as removed on this. So just pulling them down a little bit. You see it adds like a brown yellow instead of just green. And to me, this makes the trees look more vivid and separate, like unique color wise. So, all right, I think we're pretty good there. Like for some of the light here, I'm not gonna like regrade clips because it's just naturally darker and lighter at sunset. This is one of my favorite spots of the video, just the endless forest and then the little cabin there. But yeah, it's stunning footage. I was really happy to be up there. This is pretty much it for the process. I would say that's where I would end kind of the grading process. And so now the last step before I publish the video on YouTube would be to find some music and then also to add our intro. So I'm gonna add the intro real quick. And then let's see if I can find it. There we go. I don't know where this is stored. I just always search for it every time, which is pretty ridiculous, but it is what it is. All right, so these are usually a little too small on 4K, so I'll just double it up. I'm gonna do 150 for today. Scale it up to 150. Looks good on that one, and then copy and paste this to the end of the project, and we've got one more on the outro. Let's just make sure it plays nicely and doesn't look too overexposed or anything. Beautiful. All right. I'm gonna add a light fade to our footage, just an opacity thing. And then we gotta add the music and we're done. Pretty simple editing process for these videos. It's more so just like I wanna get the whole flights out so people can actually see, like I said, what I'm up to. But it's not the most advanced editing for sure. So if you want more advanced editing tutorials or like a breakdown of how I do that for like a cinematic cut of my drone footage, definitely leave a comment and I can work on that. But this tutorial, I wanted to show you the full process of making these videos and more so just the grading itself, which is kind of the thing that people keep asking me about. Again, I'm gonna just show you the before and afters at a few points real quick before we wrap up, just so you can see that difference of like what I'm going for. And for DJI footage, it's already got that baseline, but this is just a way to bring out those details. And so quick rundown of what I do for anyone watching. Adjust the temperature if you need to, and the tint. I don't usually touch that except for in certain cases like this where it was a little too blue. Saturation, boost it, make your light adjustments, and then you're done there. Creative, I just play with vibrance and saturation, all good. And then curves, I do my main S curve, which you can see is kind of an elongated S, and then after that, if I need to reduce or increase, but mainly it's for reduction, the blues, the greens, or the reds, you come here and you drag down. And I would not recommend dragging a lot. Like as you can see, these are very subtle drags, but it's just to bring out that extra, color change or depth, let's say. And then the last thing I forgot to show you so far, but it might be a good tip if someone's looking for a little more. If you ever want to play with the shadows and you want more control than just the single shadow slider, what you can do is go down to the color wheels and match, and then you have the ability to adjust the darkness and lightness of the shadows, the midtones, and the highlights. And so this is a really dark clip. So let's play with it and see what we can get out of it. So bringing up the midtones right away, you can see like this is a good way to do that if you want to specifically play with that. Keep in mind, it's going to affect the entire, adjustment wheel. So in this case, I think it's overkill for everything. Since it was really dark right at the end, I'm gonna see, yeah, it like changes like right as you turn. I'm gonna just cut it there. And let's adjust it just a tad. And let's see if we can make it in a way where it's like natural and not abrupt. Let's watch. Because it might just look very... Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, if you saw the clip, you see how it like shifts when I'm tilting the camera up, it starts to shift that light right Like it's coming up soon. It's taking its sweet time, but it's coming. And this is the process of editing that is a little more tedious. You gotta just wait. Okay, so right there, it pretty much immediately goes from being more of a sunset, you know, bright shot, to turning to this dark one. So I think the transition right there is good enough where we can make this change right here, and theoretically it shouldn't be as noticeable. We really only need it until about here, and then clip it back. And then for this one on the other side, I'm gonna just you can double click these. Like once it's slid up here, it moves really slow. It's like a little harder of a slider. Once it's there though, if you want to make it back, like reset it, just double click. And the same applies for all of these. You just double click anywhere on that line. But as you can see, these are a good way to adjust those shadows very specifically based on the shadows, midtones, and highlights if you want more depth. But anyways, just to play this back, we got that. And it looks great. And so again, that's pretty much the full process I'll use. I can do another video with the actual color wheels, but for now, I don't usually play with those a lot. I just mess with them when there's a need, like here, where I brought up those midtones, and then as you can see, it really helps us see the details in the shot. And so, okay, that's everything. I'm gonna go ahead and start the render right now, but I will cut the tutorial there. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And if you do have a question about color grading or DJI drone footage, let me know below and I'll answer it right away. Thanks so much.